Welcome to the family. A family that understands independence, the freedom and adventure of the open road. You know what I'm talking about. And back in 1903, so did some young guys here in Milwaukee, Harley and the three Davidson boys. Today, a century after their first bike rolled onto the streets, the Harley-Davidson brand has become part of a uniquely American way of life. 100 loyal riders on legendary machines, serving the front lines in 2 world wars, rolling times and the bad, racing into the records. But no matter where you've been, it's shared experiences of Harley-Davidson riders that add up who we are and where we're going. Like you, dreaming of the next chance to fire up their V-twin and out on the highway. Yeah, you've heard the call, so welcome to the family. The Harley-Davidson experience. You and I, we live it. We understand the connection of group riders traveling down a twisting back road. We know that even though not a word is spoken, there's a unique bond, a oneness between rider and machine. Hi, I'm Tony Noakes.
And I'm Heidi Hendricks. The Davidson experience. People as individual as thumbprints drawn together by the same passion, the same machine. These are people who know the satisfaction of riding roads they never knew before. When you're with them, you don't just win, you belong. Back in '83, to bring the family of Harley-Davidson riders closer together, the company formed the Harley Owners Group.
That's right, the initial spell HOG. It's one of the largest clubs in the world. Attending HOG events is more than a reason to get some seat time in your new Harley. Seminars, bike shows, entertainment. And best of all, there are the people. Thousands of folks who have a common bond. We love to ride.
We love getting away from everyday hassles and enjoying the thrill of just being alive. As the owner of a new Harley-Davidson, you've got free membership in the Harley Owners Group for a full year.
Your Harley dealer heads up the local chapter, so contact them to join up. HOG is a great way into the whole Harley experience. They're also a great source of information, like Hog Tales magazine and the tour book that maps out rides all over the country. And during HOG rallies and tours, you'll meet great people who, like you, understand the urge to throw a leg over and go riding with the family.
At your first rally, one of the things you'll notice is Harley-Davidson riders are passionate about taking care of their motorcycles. Our bikes are important parts of our lifestyle, so we like to give them the attention they deserve. We also like to go about the sport of motorcycling in a certain way. It's what Harley-Davidson calls ride smart from the start.
Come on, let's show you what we mean.
A serious Harley-Davidson rider goes through a pre-ride inspection before every ride. Yes, every ride, and it doesn't take long.
I start by giving my bike a thorough visual inspection from the ground up. First, the tires. How's the tread? I also make sure there are no cuts or severe abrasions. And I check the tires to make sure they're at the pressure recommended in my owner's manual. A pound or two too much or too little can cause poor riding characteristics, affecting your handling and stability. It will also cause excessive tire wear. Next, I check the rear belt for proper tension, and I take a hard look at the cables to make sure they're not crimped or frayed. Then, how about the fuel? Do I have enough in the tank? The owner's manual spells out what octane is right for your Harley. Electrical equipment is the next check. I test the switches, including the turn signals and horn. I also make sure the headlamp, tail lamp, brake lamp, and directional lamps are all working properly. Then, I climb on board and check all the controls. The front and rear brake, the throttle, the clutch, the shifter. I test the steering for smoothness by turning the handlebars through their full range of motion. And I adjust my mirrors to their proper riding position. Finally, before I head off on my ride, I check my oil level.
Now, that procedure is going to be different depending on which model you ride. So, refer to the maintenance and lubrication section of your owner's manual for the specifics. And remember to use Harley-Davidson oils and lubricants whenever possible.
And speaking of the owner's manual, spend some time reading it and getting to know the ins and outs of your bike. And keep it handy so you can refer to it. If any concerns come up during your pre-ride inspection, use the manual to guide you through the necessary adjustments. Or if it's something you're not comfortable handling on your own, get your bike over to your authorized Harley-Davidson dealer for service. It's your responsibility to keep your bike in top operating condition. Before you hit the road, dress for the ride. Wear genuine Harley-Davidson motor clothes gear, because Harley-Davidson puts the same sort of thought, care, and style into what we wear as they do into what we ride. Without helmet, eye protection, gloves, boots, long pants, and long sleeves, you aren't ready to ride. And make sure your passenger is dressed for the road too. Both of you want clothes that are functional and made of durable materials. Nothing beats denim or leather. No matter the weather, long sleeves and long pants protect you against sunburn, windburn, dehydration, and hypothermia. Your pants shouldn't have too much play below the knees because extra fabric could get caught on something. Now, you want your boots to be the strong over-the-ankle kind with substantial heels that can prevent your feet from slipping off the pegs. Gloves. You want a pair that's not so heavy they interfere with your grip or cause blisters. Good gloves are sculpted to wrap around the handlebars to prevent your hands from getting tired or cold, as well as give you protection. Top it all off with the most important piece of personal equipment for safe riding, a DOT-approved helmet. Helmets play a significant role in reducing head injuries. You want one that fits your head snugly and doesn't cut into your peripheral vision. Be sure your face shield, goggles, or glasses are securely fastened, shatterproof, free from scratches, and well ventilated to prevent fogging. At night, you'll want to use clear lenses because tinted lenses will cut down on your vision. To get suited up with genuine Harley-Davidson motor clothes gear, ride over to your local dealership and have the experts there help you out. Certain items are also available through the motor clothes section of the Harley-Davidson website. Order the items you want, and Harley-Davidson will set up delivery through the participating dealer you select.
Every Harley model has its own starting procedure, but they all share the same basic steps. I'll walk you through an engine startup on my Dyna Wide Glide, which has a carbureted engine. If the outside temperature is 60 degrees or warmer, here's what you do. Start by turning the fuel valve to the on position. Be sure the throttle is closed. Next, pull the enricher knob or choke all the way out. Then turn the ignition switch to on and make sure you're in neutral. The run-stop switch should be in the run position, then hit the starter button. Let the motor warm up for about 30 seconds, and just before you're ready to take off, be sure and raise the jiffy stand. Now once you're underway, ride for about a minute or a half mile with the enricher knob in full out position. After that, push the enricher knob into the halfway position and ride with it that way for another minute or half mile. Then push it all the way in. That's all there is to it. But when the outside temperature is colder than 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or you're at a high altitude, you'll need to make some slight adjustments. Follow the same procedure we just went through up to the point where you start the motor. Now, here's the difference. After the 30-second warm-up period, ride for 3 minutes or 2 miles with the enricher knob all the way out. Then push the knob into the halfway position and ride for another 3 minutes or 2 miles before you push it into the normal operating position. Remember, you don't want to run a long time with the enricher open because that can foul your spark plugs. One more note here. After your motor is warmed up, you won't even need to use the enricher when you restart. Check your owner's manual for the startup procedure for your model because it may not be exactly the same as what we've shown you. For example, if you have a fuel-injected engine, you won't have to worry about the enricher or the fuel valve at all. The fuel injection system will take care of that for you.
Ever seen some new guy at the gym knock himself out that first day, then pay for not easing into a real workout? Well, it's the same with your Harley. You want that new bike of yours to give you years of great riding, right? Well, then ease into it by giving your bike a chance to wear in the critical parts for the first 500 miles. Break in your engine gently. Ride slowly till the engine warms up. In fact, that's a good rule to follow from now on. For the first 50 miles of the break-in period, forget about exceeding 50 miles an hour and don't rev the motor up. Keep the engine speed below 2,500 RPM no matter which gear you're in, but don't lug it either. Take this time to get to know your bike. Then, from 50 to 500 miles, vary the engine speed up to 3,000 RPM. Keep your speed below 55 miles per hour and avoid riding at any steady speed for long distances. Now, if you do these things, you'll be getting your Harley-Davidson off to a great start.
Ride smart from the start. You're going to hear this a lot because it's important when you're riding as well as when you're getting ready to ride. Harley-Davidson takes riding seriously, and since we're all family, we expect you to do the same. Ride straight. It means being free of alcohol and drugs. You have to be sharp to ride. Alcohol and other drugs, even over-the-counter cold remedies, rob you of the number one skill you need on the road, good judgment.
Riding smart from the start also means reading and taking to heart information from sources such as the Motorcycle Safety Foundation, MSF. And why not check out Rider's Edge, the Harley-Davidson Academy of Motorcycling? Participating dealers offer courses for both new and experienced riders, and all of them were developed in cooperation with the MSF. For more information, touch base with your dealer or go to Rider's Edge on the Harley-Davidson website. You advanced riders might be surprised what you find out when you take one of the advanced MSF courses. The more you know, the better it gets. Even seasoned riders can learn from courses like these.
Part of riding smart from the start and owning a Harley-Davidson motorcycle is keeping it in great shape. When it's time to clean your Harley, never dry wipe it. That could scratch the clear coat. Harley-Davidson offers everything you'll need, products made especially for the job, and you'll find them at your dealer and on the web at harleydavidson.com. Start by thoroughly wetting the finish. That suspends dirt particles and makes them easy to remove. Use a soft, clean cotton cloth for washing, drying, and polishing your bike. Never anything abrasive like paper towels. Now, when it comes to wheels, give them special attention because brake dust tends to settle on them. The best thing I found to remove it is Harley-Davidson Wheel and Tire Cleaner, which is biodegradable, by the way. If you follow these directions, you'll keep your bike looking great.
Another part of taking care of your Harley is maintaining the value of your limited warranty. Keep that warranty registration card with you when you ride and when you visit your dealer for service. Read the warranty, know what it says, and do what it says, such as taking your Harley in for scheduled maintenance. That way, you'll keep the warranty valid and your motorcycle in the best possible shape.
Now, it probably won't be long before you get the itch to start customizing your motorcycle. With genuine motor parts and genuine motor accessories, you can make your bike into a one-of-a-kind work of art. From chrome and custom paint, to leather saddlebags, to Screaming Eagle performance parts. It's all there to help you create your own experience. So, pick up a Harley parts and accessories catalog from your dealer, create your wish list, and get started. Harley-Davidson owners are people who thrive on the passion and the commitment that Harley ownership delivers. We love the connection with our bikes and the other people who ride Harley-Davidson motorcycles. We know that life's great adventures are still out there, and a great way to reach them is on a Harley-Davidson.
So, use the information we've covered in this program. Follow the guidelines in your owner's manual, and if you're unsure about any aspect of your bike or motorcycling, talk to the experts at your authorized Harley-Davidson dealer. For Harley-Davidson Motor Company, I'm Heidi Hendricks.
And I'm Tony Noakes. Welcome to the family. Enjoy the ride.
I'm Jeff Bluestein, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Harley-Davidson. And I want to personally welcome you to the Harley-Davidson family. We're headed for a second century of fulfilling dreams through the experiences of motorcycling. And we're glad you're going to be part of it. I hope to see you on the road someday soon. Until then, ride safe, ride straight, and take good care of yourself and your Harley.
Every rider is proud of a brand new Harley Davidson. So proud, in fact, that most elect to buy models equipped with the Harley Davidson factory security system as original equipment or add the security system as an accessory at purchase. With a security system, the rider can set the alarm and walk away from their prized Harley Davidson secure in the knowledge that a thief cannot easily short-circuit the electrical system and ride off. The thief's traditional technique of hot wiring will not start the engine. Because when the Harley Davidson security system is armed, the ignition, starter, and the electronic fuel injection circuit is disabled, and motion detection is added to the electrical circuits. Mere bumping or moving the motorcycle will trigger an alarm. A distinctive pattern of flashes from all 4 turn signals obvious to all passers-by. And if the optional smart siren kit has been installed, anyone tampering with this Harley Davidson will be greeted with a piercing scream, even if he has cut a battery cable. The key fob with the Harley Davidson bar and shield is actually a battery-powered transmitter. An infrared signal from a key fob transmits a personal security code to a receiver, which is located in a security module connected to the main wiring harness. When your dealer sets up your Harley Davidson, he may assign a 5-digit code that marries the key fob to the security module on your motorcycle. You may wish to retain this dealer-assigned code or create a new one for your own to ensure maximum security. Either way, once you are set up, only your key fob or your personal security code will arm and disarm the security system. To arm the security system, press and hold the switch on the key fob with a clear line of sight to your motorcycle. The turn signals will wink back at you twice. And if you have the optional smart siren kit, it will chirp twice. A key-shaped LED on the speedometer now blinks every 2 seconds, indicating that the alarm is armed. The LED key will continue to blink every 2 seconds as long as the security system is armed. You can now leave your new motorcycle knowing that if anyone touches it, the turn signals will flash, the siren will scream, and a hot wiring thief can't ride it off. Disarming the system is quite simple. 2 quick presses within 1.5 seconds, like clicking a computer mouse, is all it takes. The key-shaped LED on the face of the speedometer now stops blinking, indicating the alarm has been disarmed. If the LED continues to blink, the security system is still armed. This could be an indication that the security system is out of synchronization. If this is the case, the system will need to be synchronized before it can be disarmed. To synchronize the security system, press and hold the key fob for 10 to 15 seconds. 2 flashes from the turn signals will indicate that the system is once again synchronized. It can now be disarmed with the usual 2 clicks of the key fob. After you have gotten used to arming and disarming the system, you should change the as-delivered personal code to a 5-digit code of your own. Knowing your personal security code can come in handy if you were to lose your key fob. You can disarm your Harley-Davidson security system if you know the code. The process of installing your own code is easy. Choose a 5-digit code using any combination of numbers 1 through 9 and write it on the wallet card found in the owner's manual. The system will not recognize 0. With the alarm off, flip your off-run switch to stop. Cycle the ignition switch 3 times. On, off, on, and leave it in the on position. Press the left turn signal switch twice and release. All the turn signals and indicators will flash. If they do not flash, repeat the procedure. Now click the key fob 2 times. The turn signals and indicators will flash just once. The dealer-supplied security code will be displayed on the odometer. If the dealer did not enter one, the odometer will be blank. The key-shaped LED on the speedometer face will flash once, and the first digit on the odometer will flash. Next, press the left turn signal switch once and release it. The key-shaped LED on the speedometer will flash. You are now ready to enter a new code. press and release the left turn signal switch to advance the flashing digit. Each press of the switch advances the digit by 1. For example, if the first digit of your personal code is 7 and you want to change it to 9, press the left turn signal switch twice to advance 2 digits from 7 to 9. If the digit was 7 and your choice is 1, press the left turn signal switch once for 8, once more for 9, and a third time to go back to 1. When your selected number appears in the odometer, press the key fob switch twice, like a computer mouse, to advance the flashing to the second digit. Press and release the left turn signal switch once. Then continue to use the left turn signal switch to select the second digit of your personal code, just as you did for the first. Start the entry of each digit by pressing and releasing the left turn signal switch once. The existing code number will flash. Then use the left turn signal to cycle to your selected number. Use the key fob and press twice to advance to the next digit. When your 5 digits appear in the odometer, you're done. Simply turn the ignition switch off. Test the new personal code by arming the system with the key fob and then disarming the system without the key fob. To do so, follow the instructions on your wallet card. With the run-stop switch in stop, turn the key quickly through on to the accessory or access position on FLHT and FLTR models. All others go directly to the accessory position. Hold both the left and the right turn signal switches in until the LED key begins blinking. Disarm the system by keying in the digits one at a time with the left turn signal switch and confirming each with a single press of the right turn signal switch. Be sure you enter all 5 digits of the personal code and finish with a single press of the right turn signal switch. File the wallet card where you will be able to find it. If you should lose your key fob, you will need the procedure for disarming the system without the key fob printed on the wallet card. There are other security system functions including an auto-arming mode that automatically arms your motorcycle within 30 seconds of turning off the ignition, a transport mode that disconnects the ignition and starter without initiating motion detection, a storage mode that maintains an armed system without discharging the battery, a procedure that allows you to adjust the motion detection sensitivity levels, and a procedure to assign key fobs to work with your security module. You will find these procedures and information on maintenance and troubleshooting in your owner's manual or your Harley-Davidson security system manual. If your bike is to be set up with a sidecar, the initial setup of the security system must be done by a dealer.
The music you're listening to is coming from the new premium sound system found on Harley-Davidson's touring models, the FLTR Road Glide, the FLHTC Electra Glide Classic, and the FLHTCU Ultra. The latest premium sound system integrates an AM, FM, and weather band receiver with a full-featured compact disc player and an auxiliary input for a cassette, digital player, or personal radio. This model has an integral amplifier that boasts 40 watts of power to each speaker. And on the Electra Glide Ultra Classic, the premium sound system incorporates both a rider passenger intercom and a 40-channel citizen band transceiver. This video is divided into 4 parts. The first 3 demonstrate features that are available on all premium sound system equipped Harley-Davidsons. Part 1 will identify the receiver push buttons and the rider thumb controls. Part 2 will demonstrate how to operate the radio. And in Part 3, we'll try the CD player and the auxiliary input. The fourth part covers the additional passenger controls and speakers, the intercom, and the CB radio found on the Ultra Classic. Part 1. Receiver push buttons and rider thumb controls. The stereo receiver sits behind this push button panel, CD cover, and LCD. It's easy to use, intuitive in fact. We'll start with setting the time of day, a common function. But first, let's take a tour of the buttons on the front panel that make the premium sound system simple to operate. We'll also identify the rider thumb switches that can be operated without having to take your hands off the hand grips, the audio push and tilt switch on the left hand grip, and the mode select push and tilt switch on the right hand grip. The front panel consists of 2 rows of push buttons, a CD cover, and a liquid crystal display, LCD, that displays the status of the receiver. Panel buttons 1 through 4 are preset buttons. They quickly tune the radio to your favorite broadcast station with a simple press. The number 4 station preset button, labeled R&D, also doubles as a random track CD button. The Seek and Scan button selects how the receiver tunes to available radio in the area. The Local Distant button sets the sensitivity levels of the receiver. The compact disc slot is behind this snap cover, and the CD eject button is right under the cover. The power and off button is here. A 3.5mm jack that accepts an input signal from auxiliary devices is under the cap labeled AUX. The lift-up cap helps keep out dirt and debris. And finally, the hours, HRS, and minutes, MIN buttons set the time of day. The audio push and tilt switch on the left hand grip is easily operated with the left thumb, even while riding. Press it in, lift it up in the plus direction, or press it down in the minus direction. The mode select push and tilt switch on the right hand grip is easily operated with the right thumb while riding. Press and release, lift it up, or push it down. Part 2. Operating the radio. Turn ignition to access. Press buttons. Watch display. Set the time of day with the ignition key light switch in ignition with the engine running, or an accessory without starting the engine. In either position, the LCD will display the time of day. Setting the time of day is done with the radio receiver off. Press the hours button to change the hour, and the minutes button to change the minutes. And remember, it's a motorcycle. If you're riding, the sun will tell you if it's AM or PM. Turning the radio on or off is simple enough. Just press the power button. Use your left thumb on the audio switch to adjust the volume. Lift up to raise the volume, or press down to lower the volume. The dashed line in the display indicates the level, but the thinner dash identifies the middle setting. To select a frequency band, use the mode select switch on the right hand grip. Press and release to switch between bands AM to FM1 to FM2 to weather band. A band jump feature allows the rider to jump back to a favorite band just by pressing and holding the mode select switch. You can tune to your favorite station in Seek, Scan, or Manual. Press the Seek Scan button to switch between the 3 modes, Seek, Scan, or Manual. The receiver is in the manual mode when neither Seek or Scan is displayed. In Seek, press and release the mode select switch either up or down, and the radio will tune to the next strongest station and stop on that station. Press the switch again to seek the next strongest station. In Scan, press and release the mode select switch. The radio will seek the next strongest station, momentarily play it, about 10 seconds, and then scan and play the next strongest station. The receiver will scan continually until you press and release the mode select switch again in the same direction that initiated the scan. When in manual tuning mode, simply press the mode select switch up or down until you find a station of your choice and release. The local distant button can be used to adjust sensitivity when tuning. The local position, LO, in the LCD will reduce the sensitivity of the receiver, bringing in only the strongest stations clearly. While in distant, DX on the LCD, the sensitivity is increased, bringing in lots of stations and distant transmissions. Note the preset buttons, 1 through 4. Tune to a favorite station and just press and hold one of the presets. The audio will be muted, and the station's frequency will be stored in memory. It works the same in all bands, and because there's an FM1 and an FM2 band, you can store 8, not just 4 FM station presets. Now, just a quick press of a preset button and the receiver will instantly tune itself to that preset's stored station. The quality of the radio sound can be adjusted by mixing the treble range and the bass range. Press and release the left-hand audio to select volume or treble or bass. Then use audio up or down to set the treble or bass range to your ear. The thin dashed line in the center of the dashed line in the display is the median setting. It sounds great while sitting still, but the rich sound may need frequent adjustments while riding. The receiver will make these minor adjustments for you using an ABC, automatic volume control. ABC compensates for the noise level of the ride. As the ambient noise increases, the volume of the premium sound system also rises to compensate. You can change the sensitivity of the ABC. With the ignition off, press and hold any two preset buttons and turn the ignition on. You will get this diagnostic group 1. Press the local distant button to switch diagnostic displays. When you get to the screen labeled ABC, you can change the displayed number by pressing the mode select switch up or down. The ABC setting ranges from ABC off, 0 through 2, the standard setting, to 4, the most aggressive. After selecting a setting, continue pressing the local distant button to return to normal operation. Part 3. Operating the CD and auxiliary inputs. It's just as easy to use your CD player. Before you ride, open the compact disc door and gently insert your favorite CD into the slot. The receiver will pull your CD in the rest of the way. Now you can listen to your CD while you ride. And when you switch between bands with the right-hand mode select switch, you have the option of listening to the CD player or any radio broadcast. Volume of the CD is adjusted with the left thumb on the audio switch, up or down. To select a favorite track, use a quick press of the right thumb up or down. Holding the mode select switch up or down will fast advance or fast reverse a track selection. If you want the player to randomly select tracks, just press the random button. 4. RND will be displayed on the LCD. Or if you want the tracks played in order, press the random button again to turn off the random display. At the end of your ride, open the CD door and press the eject button and you can swap CDs. If you want to listen to a cassette player or one of those new digital players, you can plug a 3.5mm male-to-male extension cord into the input port under the aux cover. The other end of the extension cord goes into the line out or headphones out of the auxiliary player. Once a device is plugged into the auxiliary port, it shows up as a choice in the band cycle. The auxiliary player is controlled with its own controls. However, the volume, treble, and bass can be adjusted with the premium sound system rider controls. Part 4. Ultra Intercom and CB. The Ultra Classic and upgraded Classic or Road Glide models have a built-in rider-to-passenger intercom and a Citizen band radio. The front panel of the premium sound system will have extra buttons for the intercom and for the Citizen band radio. The hours and minutes function are doubled up on the 2 and 3 buttons. The hand grip switches will include an additional switch on the left hand grip, a push-to-talk, PTT, and a push and tilt squelch forward and back switch. The inner fairing panel will have a 3-position rocker switch labeled speakers, SPKR. For the passenger, there are additional speakers, push-to-talk, and volume controls as well. The passenger's volume switch adjusts the passenger's headset only. The display will indicate when the passenger is adjusting their volume. There's even a mode select switch that gives the passenger control of radio band selection, radio tuning, and CD operations. To use the intercom, you'll need additional headsets with built-in microphones. These units are available from your Harley-Davidson dealer. The headsets use a voice-activated microphone, or VOX, for clear transmission and safe, hands-free operation. Holding the line jack with the ridge facing upward, the rider's headset is plugged into the capped receptacle on the fuel tank console. And the passenger's headset is plugged into the capped receptacle under the passenger's speaker and seat. The intercom can be operated with the voice-activated microphones, or it can be operated directly with the push-to-talk switch. To activate the intercom with the VOX microphones, press and hold the intercom button on the front panel for 1.5 seconds. Intercom, setup, and VOX will appear on the LCD. When a voice exceeds the sensitivity threshold, it is said to break VOX. That opens the microphone. If the microphone opens because of road noise, the VOX is too high. VOX sensitivity is adjusted in the setup mode only. Use the right thumb on the mode select switch, and while in setup, press down to reduce the sensitivity or up to increase the sensitivity. The sensitivity level is displayed as 00 through 13. 00 is VOX off, and at 13, the VOX is always open, broken. The microphone is always open. 08 is the middle level for Vox sensitivity. To exit setup, just tap your right thumb on the mode select switch. To maintain control of your bike, setting the intercom Vox sensitivity and headset volume is best done while standing still.
Are you ready to ride?
I'm ready too. This is fabulous.
Now the rider and passenger can talk to each other just by speaking up to break Vox. Be sure to start your conversations with a clean break and finish your sentences, as the voice-activated microphone will deactivate after 2 seconds of silence.
Hey, honey, stop at the next roadside. I'll get some pictures of the nice scenery.
Good idea. I can use them in our Hog Chapter newsletter.
The intercom can also be operated by simply pressing and holding the push-to-talk button. The receiver does not even have to be in the intercom mode. This is called the Quiet Ride feature.
Oops, is it too late to make the turnoff for our local dealer? I promised my sister something from the leather shop.
I guess not. I need a new visor anyway.
The passenger and rider can talk to each other as long as either is pressing the push-to-talk button. However, before you press push-to-talk, be sure the CB is off, or that personal conversation will be transmitted to the neighboring CB community as well. The CB is just as easy to use. It can be used with the headsets and microphone in the rider and passenger positions, or in the rider position with a Harley-Davidson handheld microphone. Like the intercom, press the CB button for more than 1.5 seconds to activate the CB. The activated CB will be set to the last channel, squelch threshold, and volume level. The display also comes up in the setup mode. Squelch and the CB channel and volume are set in this mode. Much like the Vox microphone, a CB signal is passed to the speakers or headsets only if the signal strength exceeds the threshold set with the squelch switch. When the CB signal exceeds the threshold, it is said to break squelch. The squelch threshold is adjusted with the squelch switch on the left hand grip. Press forward to increase sensitivity or rearward to reduce sensitivity. While in setup, the mode select switch up or down can be used to select a CB channel. And with the squelch broken, use the left-hand audio up or down switch to set the volume. And while still in setup, the local distant button can also be used to adjust CB sensitivity. The local position will reduce the sensitivity of the receiver, bringing in only the strongest transmissions clearly. To exit setup, just press the mode select switch once. Once set up, all you need to do to transmit is press and hold the push-to-talk switch on the left-hand grip, or the passenger's right speaker pod control. While in the distant mode, the sensitivity is increased, bringing in additional transmissions. However, the distant mode may also amplify the extra noise and static that comes with trying to tune in distant transceivers. The balance of audio level between the front rider speakers and the rear passenger speakers can be adjusted with a fader control on the receiver. Press the left-hand audio switch to cycle through volume, treble, bass to the fader mode. Use the audio up and down tilt controls to balance the level. A thin dash in the middle of the fader LCD screen indicates a balanced level between the rider's speaker and the passenger speakers. Dashed lines to the left indicate an audio level weighted towards the passenger speakers, while dashed lines to the right indicate audio weighted toward the rider. The 3-position speaker switch mounted on the fairing will route the audio sources to the speakers or to the headsets. To hear the audio through the speakers, rock the speaker switch rearward into the speaker position to illuminate the speaker LED. The setting of the fader will determine the volume balance between the rider and passenger speakers. The intercom, however, will still only be heard in the headsets. To transfer CB reception to the headsets, but leave the radio or CD playing through the speakers, rock the speaker switch to the center position. The CB or intercom conversation is heard through the headsets at the pre-adjusted setup level. However, the volume of the music overlay from the speakers can be adjusted with the audio switch while the CB or intercom is active. To hear any and all of the audio in the headsets rather than from the speakers, rock the speaker switch all the way forward. Now the music will automatically mute when the CB is receiving a transmission. Your owner's manual has all the details and handy tables describing how the premium sound system operates. Harley-Davidson's premium sound system incorporates a compact disc player into its quality multiple band radio receiver. It utilizes intuitive receiver controls and thumb-operated rider switches that are easy to use. But most importantly, Harley-Davidson's new premium sound system still produces the same rich stereo sound that it's famous for.